the title company. I've never used these people. They're a little stupid.
They don't even answer the phone. I even tried calling them. Like, I signed everything.
No, they're a nightmare. My guy. So we contracted this in a trust, and they're getting funny about that. They just want it in the name. So what I'm gonna do is so we can wrap this thing up tomorrow. I'm gonna send you an addendum, just stating that it's gonna be put in a name instead of the trust, like I wanted to do. If you can get that signed by, could you get a sign like within the hour if I get that to you?
Yeah, I can sign it now.
All right, good. And then what time do you want to close tomorrow?
Pick up a car at 12 good.
Yeah, I'm sure they could do that. All right, I'm gonna get that. I'll get that over to you within the hour.
Okay.
Get that signed, and then as soon as I send that to them, I'll call them up, let them know I sent it, and then I'll see if they're good for 12 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay, whatever time is good tomorrow. Anytime after 12.
Yeah. They said they could do it tomorrow as long as they get the doc today. So I'll shoot that over to you. All right. Thanks, man. I'll see you. All right, that was easy.
It was clutch. Thank you. This has been a nightmare.
All right, so we got to write up a doc. Let me think about this. I'm gonna text you something. Just slap it on a Word doc and get it over to him.
Okay.
1 second.
Also, I'm gonna have you, Eric. Can you call up the 130 bus home and the agent, because now she's being funny with it, and she's like, they want only at ask price of the 140 and they want 130 anymore. I was like,
Adam, this is your agent calling me. I think.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, give her a call.
Let me give her a call.
Yeah, she just tried calling me.
Okay, bet. Because right now she's being funny, asking like if we can bump up our price another 10K, even though we really can't. Even though the second offer came lower than ours, and now they want full ask. Which
hold on 1 second though. Let me just do this real quick.
Yep.
Bear with me, guys. All right. Crap. Hold on. I sent that to your seller. Jerry, take a look at your phone real quick. Let me know when you see that.
I got it.
All right, just to explain that. So all you're going to be filling in, if you look down at the that last little chunk I said, so buyer and seller, just make it look good. Maybe throw it into Chat GPT. But buyer and seller both agree that buyer may assign the contract from the blank trust. So whatever the buyer's name is on the purchase contract currently, put that there, and then it says to blank, and that blank is going to be your buyer's name.
Okay.
Put buyers aside. Also add this. Hold on. Actually, let's start with that. I'm going to make one tweak to that, though. I just don't want any hiccups with this title company. Use this version that I just sent you. You have any questions on that?
No.
All right.
I
What
think I got it.
what I would do is throw that into ChatGPT. Just give it a prompt. Just say like, just copy and paste that in, but say turn this into an addendum agreement with signature lines, and then it should just make it like a nice doc for you.
Okay.
And then once you send that, let me know. I'll text Adrian that it's sent, and then we'll get that to the title company, and then we should be good to close that tomorrow.
Okay. I'll send it over to you just prior to like everything. That way you could see if it's right or wrong.
Yeah, that's cool. All righty.
Thank you.
Sweet. We're right there, man. Let's get this thing wrapped up.
Did he tell you about Martin Luther King?
No, what's up with that one?
Oh boy. Oh boy. We had a handyman go over there.
Uh-huh.
And well, I don't know if we said that, but we were talking with the seller, and then he's like, oh, well, I got the doors boarded up. And as soon as me and Jerry heard that, we're like, uh-oh. So then we had the handyman go over there, and he's like, dude, I can't even get in the house. So then we reached out to the seller. He's like, well, if you'd let me know. So then the handyman's like, dude, he showed me the roof. Like they shingled over the top of the fascia boards.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like they didn't run any de-edging or, and then he said, the house, the paint's all peeling. He said the house is maybe worth 25,000. That's what the handyman. And he looked at Carpenter for us, and he called it. He said, I wouldn't pay no more than 20 for this. So he's, you know what I mean? He knows pretty much. So we might have to go back in and
renegotiate.
Yeah, that's. Well, he said something. I mean, I didn't even want to listen, but he said it looked like some foundation issues.
That's not good.
No, I was just like, I'm not. That's why I said I'm not even like. I just plugged my ears because it was like one thing after another. But we'll have to, you know what I mean? Because they were supposed to meet over there today to get inside. Because he was just trying to break in, but he's like, "There's no way I can get into the house."
You have other buyers that want to go see it?
Well, I got one lady on Facebook, and she's like, well, whenever you get the picture, send them over. So I'm just waiting for the guy to send the pictures. But me and Jerry said, well, if whoever shoots a good number out there, we're going to have to go back and just tell them we're going to have to be below that. I don't know what he's going to say. And then you wonder what the heck was the holdup for 3 months. That was since May that he didn't want to let this go. So, I mean, he was making this thing seem like it was a palace or something, but a little short of that.
This market just seems like such a headache. Like it's getting just kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Would you guys be interested in maybe pivoting and adding in a market?
Sure, we can go. Where do you want us to go?
Let's talk about that tomorrow. But I think, yeah, this has just been like a nightmare. Like you guys are getting beat up left and right in this market. I think we pivot.
Well,
what market is that?
We're still early in the game. Akron, Cleveland.
You ready for the rest of the story? So the guy sent all 11 contracts over today. They're all individual, and then he put in there, because I told him, I said, there's no way with the holiday weekend coming up we're going to be able to get in there. I said, I need at least like some time. So like he wrote in there, like he checked the box, 3-day deposit due after walkthroughs. So I mean, that's a little funky.
Yeah, we only want one contract, not contingent upon the others.
Right. He wrote them all in. I think they're all bank owned.
If you throw one of the addresses in, I could check for you.
All right. I'll do that for you right now. But I mean, here's the thing, like we have that one in Yates and we weren't able to move that one in Toledo at like 48,000. And then one of the buyers, he was like, oh, he said that won't even comp out at 50.
The market's just rough and it's like little
Yeah.
money too, so it's just becoming a headache.
Yeah.
I think
Here,
you pivoted to one of my markets, and then it would be a lot easier for you.
All right, let's I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna put one of these in.
I'm gonna work through the queue, Rick, but I'll take a look at it and I'll check it out.
Yeah.
All righty. Anybody else, I guess, have any questions before we continue? Do some deals? No questions? Alrighty, let's see if we can make some money. All right, Sander, you're first in the queue. What's up with this one?
Yeah, so this was an auto lead. I exhausted the cash offer. He wasn't really interested in it. There's not a whole lot of motivation to sell, but he's interested in the seller financing since he just rents his properties out. I was wondering if you wanted to come up with a seller financing offer with me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, definitely. What's the guy's name?
Paul is what I got from Otto.
All righty. I think this is right on the ski mountain.
Yeah, he said he Airbnbs it sometimes, but I don't go off Airbnb.
Yeah, it is. Look, this is the ski mountain right here.
Sweet.
These this is called Camelback. So it's like a whole water park in the summer, and then skiing in the winter. These homes are pretty pricey. Although they don't really seem it. Relatively new though, all of them. Location's great. So what is he looking to do? He's just looking to have like a normal tenant in there?
Yeah, that's what he was looking to do right now. He was talking like there was a tenant in there, but yeah, he was interested in seller financing with the not having to deal with the tenant anymore and still netting money every month.
It looks like it's currently an Airbnb.
Yeah, he mentioned that he does that. He said he gets around $5K a month on Airbnb.
He bought it for $120 in 2020. So it's definitely worth quite a bit more today. Might be locked out.
I can give you my account if you want.
It's not a big deal. I was just going to look at the mortgage balance.
Yeah, so he told me that the mortgage balance was, I'm pulling it up right now. He told me that the mortgage balance was 120, but Otto says 129 with a payment of 800 a month, and he told me his payment was around 1,000 to 1,100 a month, and that's with the taxes and insurance escrow.
Give me that one more time. 129, you said?
Yeah, Otto has 129 and $18 to be exact, with a monthly payment of $816.
Okay. All right. I would say let's go into this deal and just kind of like pitch it like 100% seller finance. And then once he's like on the hook and it comes time for the contract, if we get there, then we'll kind of address the subject to and tie that into the picture.
Yeah, I didn't bring that up. I just told him how we make the mortgage payments and all that.
All right. So 23 does sound about right. Maybe a little steep.
Yeah, Otto had $2,000 and like $10 for fair market.
Yeah. might have to wrap the deal, but let's start with this. Let's say 2,500 to you.
Yeah,
Yes,
those
you're really
numbers are-
tight off rip
Yeah.
after capex and all that. So you're probably gonna have to wrap the deal. If you wrap it, I would think you could probably get maybe like 26, 27, maybe a little bit more. Let's go 27. 5 in your pocket. Let's stick with that 4 between the vacancy and the capex takes us to 18. Even though you're not even actually going to feel that on a wrap, that's kind of the nice part. So we got the tax, insurance.
How much are you accounting for that mortgage payment? Are you doing the 800 or are you going off his
I'm
1,000?
not even basing that. I would say let's make him an offer of $1,600 a month, but that's net, or I'm sorry, that's not net to him. $1,600 a month. We pay the tax and insurance though. Although, hold on, that's probably escrowed in the mortgage. So,
Mhm.
all right, let me see something. We're gonna go 27, 5 in your pocket. Take out the mortgage. 13. Take out another 4. I'd say $900 a month in his pocket. So we'll pay the mortgage, tax, insurance, maintenance, and he nets $900 a month.
Okay.
And what does he want to sell the house for?
Yeah, he was looking to get 300,000 for it, which was around ARV.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
So let's go 300,900 a month, 8-year balloon. That'd be a good deal.
What's the balloon you said?
Let's go 8. So 300 on the purchase, $900 a month. We pay the mortgage, tax, insurance, and we'll ask him for an 8-year balloon. And that's no down. Don't bring it up, but that's going to be no down payment. And then if he wants a down payment, we got to be a 270 for like 10 grand down.
Okay. Alrighty. Do you want to present that or do you want me to? I told him I'd be
I'm
reaching
down.
out today or tomorrow.
Whatever you want to do, I'm down to call him.
Sure. All right.
Let's do it.
Sounds good. I'll read off his number.
right.
570.
Yep.
801 0774.
What's the guy's name?
Otto said Paul, but I don't know. I didn't even ask his name.
Did the leap come from Otto?
Yep. Yeah, and that said Paul. Paul Vaughn.
Yeah. When did you speak to him last?
Maybe like an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago.
Okay.
Please leave your message.
Try one more time.
Please leave your message.
All right. We'll leave it. I don't want to. He sent me the voicemail twice, so I don't want to harass him on this conversation. If we have more time later on this Zoom, bring it up. If not, tomorrow I could do that
Alrighty, yeah. Not
on
a
our
problem.
Zoom. We could try him again.
Sweet.
All
I
right.
appreciate your help.
Yep. Melanie, what's up with this one?
I actually was looking at the 1-day Zillows today. I just kind of want to see if this would be a deal. I have not called them yet for wholesale. And I found the ARV around 240. I don't know if that's too high or I didn't see that many comps. So I just kind of wanted to take a look at it and see if it's worth it.
Yeah. Okay. I like that you're in my backyard.
Yeah.
I get it. This East Stroudsburg gets a little funny. I don't know the communities too well over here, but some of them are hit or miss.
There's only one comp in there for 250, and it was sold recently.
Let me just see. We are pretty deep into East Stroudsburg, high up north, so I don't have too many buyers over here. Let me recenter it. All right, so 3 beds, 1,700 square feet. I feel like you are pretty close, if not like spot on. But let's comp it out. What did I just say it was? 17?
Yeah.
All right.
17.
Home's pretty nice. They got 305 this year, just last month. 275. It's a little bit bigger. We don't know what the inside looks like though. Same deal. They got an acre. 192. It's probably a little. Yeah, it's like a cheap flip. It's quite a bit smaller though, and the home style ain't too nice.
And like when looking at the pictures of this one, it looks like they started to do some work, but then just like didn't finish.
I think you're in the high twos, to be honest. That's a new build. I think an easy 260, maybe all the way up 285.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just check these out though. Dated for 200. Semi-dated for 330. This is definitely a flip. You might even be in the threes. How long has this been on the market? And you had that one sold for the the 305. So there might be a shot that we're that high in the price. They just listed this too. Okay. You might be up there.
And how much work? I was thinking like 40,000 for maybe more. I don't know.
I think it's going to be higher. Wonder if they have a driveway. So I mean, we got to do the roof. Front porch is a nightmare. Double, yeah. There's a lot of work here. A lot of trash too.
It looks like they started it and then they like didn't finish.
I think you could put a good 70, 80 into this. There's people that could probably put 100 into it.
Yeah, and do you think
so where should I go in at for like an offer?
Let's go 80 in rehab because somebody could do it for that. If it was 300 ARV times 0.7 takes us to 210. Take out 80 for rehab takes us to 130, and then 10 for the assignment fee. So we're like 120, 130 for a cash deal.
Okay.
Now there was a flip though. I like that there's a detached 2-car garage. I think that's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And you have this other flipper. They're asking 330 for this. So if hypothetically if it was a 330 ARV times 0.7.
Nice. All right, and then
Oops. 330 times 0.7. Take out the 80,000 rehab, 151, take out 10 for you, 140. I would say 140 is going to be like our swing the bat. Like if we can't get him in that 120, 130, I'd say let's go 140 and there might be a shot. You know, this person that thinks 330, I think there's a shot at that. And the other thing too is you got a few others. You got a 317 here on market and it's dated too. It's been on for a while though. 300 here and it's dated. So you really might be that high. Do you want me to call him and try and feel him out a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. It's agent listed, so.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, and so
295. All right, here we go. Have you spoken to her yet or no?
all right.
No, I literally just looked at this like an hour ago.
Okay. Also, it's bigger too. It's almost 2 acres. The other one were just 1 acre.
Yeah.
And you got so you really might be in the low 3s.
Hey, Eric, I got a question for you, man. Just for full transparency, I actually made an offer on this one like an hour ago. I sent him an email because I was doing the on market and the in your market.
What would you offer on this?
I had it at 150 is what I put it at. I had the ARV right around 320, 322, and then about 65 to 85 in rehab.
I don't think we'll have any buyers at that price. I think that's
Too
gonna
high.
be too high. All right. So I would say yeah, I don't know. I would maybe call him back and just be like, hey, I think it's too much. You know, have my partner
Gotcha.
look at it. We'd really have
I'll
to
get
be
it
at this
back
price.
down.
That's what I thought you said.
All right, what you guys should do too, like if Nick and Melanie, if you guys are tackling the same market, like a powerful way to try and like not be competition but like actually work together is kind of like, all right, so Nick made an offer on this. If he flops on this, then Nick could relay that to Melody, and Melody, you can go cold, like totally cold on it, like, hey, yeah, I'm here. And so, like, all right, if Nick went into contract, say he contracted this one and then he flopped on it, well, then they're going to be like a little more open to dropping that price even further. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Like they might be today like 150s are rock bottom, and then Nick contracts it. He tries to sell it. He flops on the deal, and then he hits you up. He's like, "Hey, I flopped on the deal." They're just going to be a little more inclined to now drop that price even further. Like, all right, fine, we'll take a 135 or a 140. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So that could be a good way to just kind of, and you guys could bounce stuff off each other, and then do a joint venture or whatever.
You can also do the reverse of that, so that way you can call and lowball them, and then once that's been declined, have the next one go in and raise it up a little bit.
Yeah, you could do that too. We did that like a lot in our office, just multiple people making the multiple offers on the same house, and it would bring them down. I think 150 is too high, so like Nick, I would try and renegotiate that, and then it's all fair game. So Melanie, I mean, you could call him too as a separate party and give him that 135, 140, and that kind of be the sweet spot.
Okay, sounds good.
That's what I would do on this. Hey, you guys should connect.
Yeah,
You
we
guys
should definitely
really-
connect, Melanie. If we're gonna be working in the same market, I'd rather work with you than against you.
Absolutely. I'll send you a message on
Yeah,
Discord.
send me a DM. We'll get together.
All right, awesome, cool. All right, Dom. Let's. Is that Dom? You with us?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm driving on the.
Is the first number that you posted, is that the owner or supposed owner?
Yeah, that's the supposed owner. I sent him a text yesterday. It said that he read the text, but he just didn't respond. Like I outlined the whole thing, like how it would benefit him, and that his agent might have not explained or offered to him, or might have not understood it. But no, so let's just try to call him again, if you could.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hello, you've reached Joseph Davis. I'm unavailable right now, but if you leave your name and number.
Do you know if that was the guy's name on the property record?
That's the number that you gave me. I think you did like a skip trace and it showed up as Joseph. Or no, wait. What happened was you found his ex-wife, and she gave you his. I guess she wanted part of the deal or something. That's it. Oh yeah.
Hello, you've reached Joseph Davis.
Let's two on him. We'll try one more.
And
they probably signed that contract last night. See if we can get him.
Hello,
Nothing. All right, nothing in the world. One thing, just keep this in mind too, because I know some of you guys are like, generating a handful of leads and then they're not going through. This whole wholesale, I mean, really the entire game, wholesale and creative finance, you're going to go through like way more leads and dead more leads than you're going to, get deals by a lot. I mean, I would say like 90% of the stuff that we're calling on isn't going to work out. So don't really get like too attached to like, all right, this one didn't work. This one didn't work. That didn't work. Just keep the mindset of like, I just got to fill the pipeline. If I could just have consistent lead flow, multiple leads coming in every single day, then we're going to be doing deals consistently. But, again, most of the time, a lot of these deals, they're just whatever it is, wholesale, creative finance, more times than not, they're going to turn into a dead lead. So don't get like too attached on that, right? The other thing too is, as you guys start to play this game more and more, it's really important that we try and develop an eye to spot opportunity and then weigh it out as fast as possible. So like on these phone calls, like, is there an opportunity here or not? If not, I'm just going to dead it. I'm not going to like hold on to this and act as if it's like the only thing I got to work on. Right. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, I hear you. It just kind of sucks when the agent doesn't fully understand the terms and they, not even that they don't like it, they just don't understand it. And like, they'd rather do the conventional, offer. And so. Yeah.
I would, for everybody that's relatively new, I highly recommend like put more attention on the wholesale stuff. If the end goal is like really just to like, hey, I want to be stacking money, right? Like, all right, I'm trying to make a lot of money, get out of my job, save some money, whatever. Just like really hyper focus on wholesale. Don't get too hung up on the creative stuff, because there's a lot more to it, especially like the short sale stuff. That is, to be honest, like we do a lot of that, but that's probably like my least favorite strategy for this reason. Like we get agents that don't understand it. They say, yeah, we'll entertain it, but then we can't get them back on the phone. It does get annoying, and it just takes a lot more volume, a lot more effort with those people. So like I would, I'd focus a lot more on the for sale by owners and just other, like away from the short sale stuff, and just always keep that mindset of like volume, a lot of volume, not get hung up on one deal. The other thing too, just keep this perspective. When a deal like doesn't work out for you guys, the mindset you guys should be having is like, okay, I'm just one lead closer to that actual deal. You follow me with that? Like, it's just a matter of time until like, boom, okay, we got something and it's going to the closing table. So when something doesn't work, just, okay, great, I'm going to move on. And if anything, get excited about that. I'm one call closer to actually getting something. So keep that mindset.
I add on to that.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Also, all the money really is in the follow-up. Recently, I got somebody signed and I was following up with them for like 3.5 months. So if it's not dead, just keep following up with that person every day, and then every week, and then a couple times a month, and then every month. And I guarantee you, eventually they're going to sell to you.
Yeah, definitely. The money is for sure in the follow-up. And that also, I'm glad you said that, John, because that also goes back to what I was just saying, like spotting the opportunities. Like, okay, first off, it's like, do I think there's an opportunity here? That's like step one with analyzing these leads. Is there a potential opportunity? If it's yes, then it also comes down to the next question of when is it an opportunity? An opportunity to make money on this today, or like, is it one day on? Is it like this one's been on for 9 hours? This is a perfect example, Melanie. This home is only going to be sold to an investor. This is really important for everybody to understand this. The only person buying this is an investor. You're not going to find some family getting a loan to move into this. It needs way, way too much work. And so the fact that it's on here for 1 day and they're asking, what are they asking on this? 174,000. You know, they got to come down quite a bit. We really need them at like 130, 140. So there might be a shot today, but there's probably a higher chance that they're not ready to take that big of a haircut. They're like, yo, it's been on 9 hours. I'm not going to drop that much. I'm gonna give it a little more time, which is fine. So like this might not be an opportunity today, but this is only going to be sold to an investor, and an investor is only going to pay a price that makes sense for an investment. So you know this deal might not be today. This might be a couple weeks or a couple months. You know, it could be a while. Could be 6 months until we actually get the contract on it. So just try and like keep that in mind. Like get good at trying to identify like, okay, is there an opportunity here? If so, when is it going to take place? You know, so like if we were to speak to the seller or the agent on this and they're like, yeah, no, they're not coming down, their rock bottom's 160, then the opportunity is not today, and I'll set the follow-up for 3 weeks from now. Call them in 3 weeks. No, you know, no, they're still at the 150. All right, great, another 3 weeks. You know, so I'm going to space those follow-ups up. But if you can just get good at, is there an opportunity, then when is the opportunity, and start filling the pipeline with this type of stuff, that is kind of what's then going to evolve into consistent deal flow, consistent income. You know, because as time goes on, right now, you guys that are new, you're filling up the pipeline. But as you do that over the course of several months, in time, and several months from now, it's going to turn into where these future, you know, today, these future opportunities, they're going to come due, and then boom, okay, now there's a now opportunity. And you know what, does that kind of make sense? You guys follow me with that?
Yeah, for sure.
So just keep that in mind. Might not be today. If anything, all right, great. Push it a few weeks, another couple weeks. Eventually, if they really want to sell the house, and they do, because they got it up, then eventually they're going to come to their senses that like, yo, we're not going to get 174. Maybe we contracted to at a 150, a 160, a 140, and they all flopped on it. So eventually they're going to come down to the right price that it should be selling for. And if you could just be the one to keep following up, you'll be the one to get these deals. So just keep that in mind.
Hey, Eric, can we call Lawrence if possible?
Yeah, let me work through the queue. I got you.
Yeah, like that one was Zillow that I found, and
you
we
are
just
next.
followed that thing for like 6 months.
You are next. Do you want to call the bus home because that's who you put in, or Lawrence?
Let's call Lawrence the bus home, and then can we call Kimberly later, because she wants now the 140 for it, not 130 anymore, which is whatever.
Yeah, we can't budge on that.
Yeah, I know, and we have to tell her that, but because now they're trying to squeeze every penny out of it, even though it's not worth that.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, it's Eric. How's it going?
Okay, Eric, how you doing?
Doing good. Did you get the email? Did you see that?
Yes, I did. I did get your email. On the agreement there, I read over it. It has my mother's name on there. She's passed away.
Yeah, you were saying, did you have like a power of attorney though to sign?
No. We had joint tenants with right of survivorship.
My
mother passed away, so the property, you know, we were joint tenants with right of survivorship. So when one person passes away, it automatically goes to the other person.
I'll resend that today. What's the correct spelling of your first and last name?
Okay, my first name is Franklin, Franklin. Last name, you need a middle name, initial, or anything? Or?
No, just last name.
Okay, it's L.A. The same last name, P as in Paul, E-N-N-A.
Okay. All right. Let me I'll resend that, and I'll give you a ring tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm up at the building here, and now I'm doing like a yard sale, but it's slow go, you know. So while I'm on with you, Eric, what will be the plan for helping getting rid of this?
Yeah, so we come by, take photos of everything. You tell us what you want to sell it for, and then we'll get it on the marketplace for you.
Okay. Yeah, now see, the building, like I say, is filled. I mean, I was in there and I started making a little room, and I thought while I was doing that, I'd lay some stuff out. But, I mean, the building is full. I was just wondering, would you guys consider, I mean, it might give you a good deal on the contents and everything. You know, like, okay, 130 on the building. If we went higher than that, and I just gave you everything, and then you guys could sell it.
I'll be honest. I don't want any of the stuff or dealing with it. We'll try and sell it for you and help you get rid of it.
Yeah. You have any young help, or gee, I would, if I had help with getting the stuff out of the buildings and laying it out, maybe we could do an auction. I don't know if it'll be feasible or not, but it probably would be.
I think Facebook's probably the best way, because thousands of people will see it, and then then it's not you just get a lot more eyeballs on that stuff.
Yeah. All right.
So
okay. Well, I did read over the agreement. The only thing I see that needed to be changed was the name on there. And so from what I understand, it would be $5,000 deposit.
Yep.
And that would get paid to me, to the escrow company, or
the escrow company. So they'll go in their escrow account.
Okay. And then as far as the balance then, so I would be getting a check for $125, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, now for capital gains, how would that work then? There's a stepped up basis on the property, but the balance would be the capital gains tax, I'm sure. It's above beyond that. What else? As far as like taxes, now I have the taxes on the property, and they're due by the end of September. So September, October, November, we'd be going 3 months down the road. So the way I understand, it would be prorated on the taxes. Like I paid the first, I'm the owner in 3 months, and then at closing, I'm reimbursed for the other 9 months of taxes.
Yep. Yeah, everything's prorated.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, okay. So yeah, send me the corrected thing. I'll read it again. Do you have any questions on anything?
Not on my side. So that's
okay.
Once we can get that completed, then probably next week we'll set up somebody going over there, taking pictures of the stuff, and you can tell us what you want to sell it for, and we'll get the ball rolling.
Yeah, well, what I have in there that I have, but again, when I say this building is filled, like when you open the door, it's filled. I mean, inside it's studded and sheetrocked, and you could see. And you get a, look in the building. There's a 100 amp or 150 amp electric service that is on, and but there's a lot of contents in there, so a lot of it has to be taken out. And I'll work at it and get it out and get pictures if I can get. Like I have stair lifts that are, you go buy a stair lift, you're looking at several $1,000s for a stair lift. And I have to go through the building and see what's in here, but it's going to take some time. So the way I understand also is as far as the bus and the motorhome, there's contents on here. But the bus, I guess, if worst comes to worst, I would have that towed to the scrapyard. Same way with that motorhome. I say if you guys wanted to buy a motorhome and a bus at a good price, you'd be able to make money above what you'd be paying me for the building.
Yeah.
And then any of that. Is any of that interesting?
No, to be honest, we're just only interested in the property.
Okay, and then on the inspection, and how would that work?
I mean, that's just a walkthrough, so we're not going to do a real inspector. You know, as long as we can't walk up to it and tip it over, we'll be good for it.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. So I would, what I would suggest, though, if you guys would set up an appointment to come and look, I mean, like I say, you better look in the door and see that it's, and it's studded out and it's sheetrocked and what have you. But so I want to make sure before we go through all this that this is what you would want.
Yeah, we could do that. Let me I'll get that agreement over and let me call my guy too, so we'll see what we can get over there.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to need a little time to get some stuff out to take, well, you guys take a look and then we can go from there. How's that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. All right. So, send that over and then we'll meet and then we'll go from there.
That sounds like a plan.
Okay.
I appreciate it. I'll give you a ring tomorrow then.
Okay, Eric. I'll be here. I'm doing a yard sale today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Just call me on the cell phone.
Awesome. All right, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right. You take care.
All right, I'll see you.
Okay. So
Just
do you have a
resend
guide for that thing? I already resent that.
You gotta blast that out.
How are you gonna get this stuff out of there? Because that's the agreement. Do you have a guy in there? In that area?
Yeah, I could probably send my cousin over there. He'll do it.
But,
just resend that contract with his name. I posted in the chat. All right, sweet. Awesome. And Nick,
I'll wait until he signs. Now I'll blast it.
All right. Yeah, that's fine.
I don't want anyone else to snatch it. I don't know what those buyers will do.
All right. Just resend that contract then. Mick, you just made 30 grand. Just hit that in the chat. I think you're muted. Might be on the phone. That's what's up, though. All right.
What do you think we'll do with her and that deal?
Yeah, he's on the phone. Nick, tell us about that deal once you get off, man. That's exciting. Kim, you got to call. We just got to hold firm on that. So let me go through the queue. If you want to throw that in, I got you.
Yep, I'll throw that in real quick.
All right, we are up to Julian. What's up with this one?
Hey, Eric. Sorry. Okay. So this is the one.
It's been a while, bro. How you been?
Yeah, it's been a while. Doing all right. Just trying to focus on life. Have another number 3 on the way.
Oh man!
Congrats. Tore my Achilles. Thanks. Tore my Achilles just under a month ago. So I'm dang. Just everything's happening at the same time. So situation with this. So it's a 4-bed, 2-bath. Here in the area that we want to live, where our son goes to school and stuff. It wouldn't be an investment. This would be kind of primary residence. So it has. I wrote some notes. Let me pull that up. So it has an unpermitted room in the back that looks like it was the covered patio that they converted to a room. They don't have the info on when it was done. They said that, the contractor said he was doing all the permitting and then just didn't finish it. I don't know if that's a huge concern or not. It was on the market for 48 days so far. Dropped out of escrow, I think, yesterday or the day prior. The buyer was an investor that couldn't produce the funds. And now the owner is an old lady who had to go into an assisted living facility. So they're not really wanting to go with an investor. which for us it would be primary residence. So that kind of would work. The realtor is open to kind of dual representation. Last time we spoke, like kind of, we're currently in a condo. Mortgage is like 400. Currently, Zillow's estimating 650. Like, would like to hold in rent, but I don't know if that would make sense. So just wanted to kind of talk through.
You can get how much for it?
So it's saying like 650 for our condo currently. We have 400 left on the current mortgage at 2.8%. On the loan. That's where we currently live, that we own.
Mm-hmm.
So would like to keep it, but if we need to sell it, I mean.
What's the payment on it?
So payment is $2,800 total, $2,400 for the mortgage, and then about $350 to $400 for the HOA. So 28 total. We could probably get 28 or 29 renting, I believe.
You think maybe wrapping it, like doing a rent to own?
I haven't thought about that.
Cause like normal rent, you get what, 29? You said. So yeah, I mean you're losing money after vacancy and repairs and all that.
Yeah.
If you wrap it though, I mean you could probably get maybe like 36, just because you're giving somebody that opportunity.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be my advice on that.
Yeah.
Do like a rent to own for somebody, just instead of like a normal tenant.
Normal tenant, right? Okay.
And you say you already own it, right?
We own the current the condo that we're in right now. Okay. So
I do.
For this one, so I'm thinking of having them like represent both of us. That way they can come down a little bit. And I floated we just went to the open house like an hour ago. And so they were open to it. They said, benefit with that is that they can probably come down a little bit on their commission and help the seller, come down on price. So they were basically saying kind of what we thought, or like the reason for, but kind of trying to figure out what the investors came in at, and then like where potentially we could come in at to like offer, like not as an investment, but just like as a personal residence.
What's the play on buying this though? Like get it on term, seller finance?
No, honestly, probably. So because of their situation, I don't think they're going to be open to seller financing. I'm trying to talk to get some rates and stuff kind of pre-qualified for this, but was just wondering like if you got any kind of advice or where to come in at, or.
Yeah, I could take a look. What you could do too, like if they got some equity, you could ask them. Let me ask you this first, I guess.
Yeah.
Are you going to get an FHA loan or go conventional?
So I could do either. On our current one, we went conventional, so the FHA should be open. The only thing is that my wife's to stay at home right now, so like I bring in 180 a year. She doesn't, and her credit, mine's like 760 or something. Hers is a little less, so it might kind of make the rates not as great, or like kind of qualify for as much with her. At least the last time. It's been a while since I've talked to kind of lenders and seen what is available, but I'm open to either depending on the situation.
Okay. Like if you went FHA, you could literally ask and be like, hey, would you finance, like the seller, would you seller finance just 10% of that purchase? And then you'd be in it for nothing out of pocket.
Yeah. And
That's,
so would just ask them to. So if they can sellers finance 10%, would that just be?
That would be enough to cover. Should be enough to cover your closing costs, down payment, and lender fees. So you get into that deal with nothing out of pocket. So you get a loan for 90% of the purchase, and they carry 10%. So
And
you'd
so-
like saying, I'll do 90% down, seller finance. They just finance 10%.
So that would like basically with the lenders, I would, if they're saying 899, let's call it 900. 10% is 810, or 90, so 810. So the lender would, approve me for 810. Would ask them to just cover kind of that 90K, that 10%. So the purchase price would effectively be 810, but we would have an agreement on the side where they would finance that.
Well, no, it would still be the 899, the purchase on the contract. This is there's a couple hoops to jump through with this, but nothing too crazy. So, like when you go and get the loan, the lender is not going to be cool with the seller doing 10% seller finance. They want to see that you show up with that money.
Yeah.
So you would come to close with that 10% to complete the purchase. All the money needed. But once the deal closes, that 10% doesn't leave the escrow account and go to the seller's bank account. It gets kicked back into your pocket, and then that's when that note falls into place. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I'm following you now.
And then you'd be in it for nothing out of pocket.
So the other thing was they're saying they're trying to close within 21 days, so kind of a shorter close. And they'll probably, if they get an offer today that kind of hits, then they would go through with it and present that today, but they're likely at the end of the weekend. So I'm trying to kind of scramble. If you exit out of this one, so the yellow that's on where is it? There's one sold for 900. Damn. Go back to the property, and then if you hit, never mind. That one was back in 2022, but basically the same house, one on Mineral Drive, or the one block behind it, sold for 900 in November 22, which was a while back. It's basically the same house, because this was all tract homes when it first came out. They were all kind of the same. It's just that's probably too far for a comp, but
to be honest, like with what I'm seeing, I think they're asking fair market value or max market value.
Sure.
If you're gonna go the play and ask them to finance 10%, then I wouldn't even negotiate on that price, because I don't think they're. I mean, maybe, but I think they're at a pretty good price. I'm only seeing one at 830 in this whole neighborhood.
Yep.
So. Yeah, man. I would just be like, hey, I mean, the only downside is you're not going to have any equity, so you're going to be stuck in the deal for a little while.
Yeah, and that's we're kind of good with that. We figure the next 10 to 15 years there, at least, or kind of around that. But
then, that makes sense. Save the cash, reinvest that somewhere else.
Yeah.
Where you can get a high cash on cash. And, that would definitely be a good play.
Any other kind of insider advice for kind of doing the dual representation with that, the realtor?
I'm happy to walk you through it. Oh, the whole dual piece. No, I mean, you're licensed too, right? Or no?
No, I'm not. No.
Not really. Not really. If anything, it's going to make them more inclined to try and push your offer.
Yeah.
So, just say, can you represent me on this? Get the full commission. That's all I would tell them.
Okay. So, wrap current residence, or the condo currently, essentially go for 36.
Not a technical wrap though, because you don't want to give that person a deed. So just like a rent own, slap it up on Facebook, Zillow as a rent own, and that's it. And then ask them try for 36. I wouldn't be surprised if you got that.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of term, how long would that rent to own be? What do you think?
It's really up to you. There's no rules to that. I would say maybe give them a 6-year balloon. You could go shorter if you wanted to. The longer that you offer the opportunity for, as far as the balloon goes, the more interest I think you'll get. If you say hey, I'll give you 1 year to pay me off in full, they might have like bad credit today. That's a lot of the rent people. And they're like, crap, I don't think I can get everything I need together to be able to qualify for a loan in that short window. But if you give them something like 4 years or 6 years, it just gives you a lot of time. The other thing too is keep this in mind: the longer that you do it with them for, the more money that you're actually making on the transaction too.
Right.
So like just to kind of paint that picture. So you said your mortgage payment is 18. So like here, I'm just gonna do these aren't obviously gonna be your exact. Yeah, this ain't gonna be your numbers, but say you have like $700 a month right now going to the principal balance, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have less on their side going to the principal balance for what's owed to you. So like, say they're gonna pay us $3,600 a month, and you have. Do you know? Let me ask you. Do you know just roughly what's going to principal on the current loan you got?
I'd have to check. It's pretty low right now. I want to say like 400.
All right. So say you got 400 going to your principal. For them, they're only going to have 200 going to the principal. So over the course of those years, you're paying, if you could see me, you're paying down your balance a lot faster than they're paying down theirs, creating a bigger equity gap. So like you're going to lock in at a price with them, like, hey, I'm going to sell the house to you for whatever, $1 million, say, and they're going to be locked at that price. And so you're creating, like, you have that initial gap. Say you owe, or you're in the house for 800 and you sell it to them for $1 million. So off rip, you have 200. But if you're going to give them a 6-year balloon, that 200 is actually getting bigger and bigger because you're paying down your balance faster than they're paying down theirs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I'm following. So the one thing that was a question. So, a little extra 6-year balloon, but we're setting the price today, regardless of what it appraises at, like in 6 years. So like 650 today, but let's say we say 700 or 725 in 6 years, but in reality it's worth 800 in 6 years. Kind of shit out of luck, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't. There's no rules to this.
No. Yeah.
Like,
but
you
just,
could
just
be.
was,
If I would say this, like, if the market's on a big uptrend, and I think like things are going to be popping off in the next few years, then it might be a bet worth taking. Like, hey, whatever the price is at that time, that's what you're going to be buying it for.
Gotcha.
But like, to be honest, I think, and I don't know, man, I think the market's coming down. So like,
I think so too. It's just interesting. Like so as long as we've lived here, it's jumped. We bought it at 446, and it's jumped 200K in the 4 years that we've been here. So
I think personally what will happen, like, it will drop because interest rates will drop probably maybe to 4%. House prices will come back down, and everything goes up and down, right?
Yeah, and it's all unknown. So there's no point in but I was just trying to understand that part. So really the rules, it could be where it appraises at. That's a gamble. It could be, let's say 600 or however much. That's also a gamble. So that's option to keep that. And then, so you said FHA, see if they'll seller finance 10%, go through with the kind of dual representation from the realtor. Really, it's at market value, $899 for that. Anything else I should think about? That's it.
That's really it. Yeah, and again, I would just lock in that rent to own person at a specific price.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say this too, like, if I don't know exactly like what you're up to, Julian, but dude, you got a good chunk of equity sitting in that property. So if you do a rent to own with somebody, I'd probably slide in a clause that you still retain the right to refinance or strip equity, pull a HELOC or whatever within that time period if you wanted access to capital.
Sure.
Because you got money sitting in the house and it's just it's dead until it's actually being used. So at least you're not trapped within that window with that rent to own.
Right. Gives me some avenues to.
And within 6 years, if rates go down, then refinance it at a lower rate, and boom, now make it even more money.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah, that's really it.
Cool. Thanks, Eric.
For sure, man. Good to hear from you.
Yeah.
All righty. John, we're up to you. Longmont Drive.
Yeah, I went to her house yesterday. Need help comping it because yeah, I don't have MLS access.
You walked this house yesterday? Nice. What's the situation on it?
Dude, 4 month follow up. Literally, whenever I tell you money's in the follow up, it really is. Talked to her 4 months ago, was not ready to sell. Told me to call her once a month. So I was like, okay. So called her every first of the month. And now she was like, okay, now I'm ready. I want to move to Ohio. No, I want to move to Alabama with my family. Husband passed away. House is way too big for me. I'm trying to get a purchase price and move out.
Okay.
You might want a little lease back though. So I'll pitch her both cash, which I mean she kind of wants full market, but I didn't take any pictures this time because I didn't want to do it the first time. I'm going back on the weekend because she's giving me have you ever seen that upside down thing that stretches your back?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she has like one that she bought like last year for like $1,000, giving it to me for free. So, so I'm going back this weekend to pick it up and take videos.
We'll take it. That's what's up.
Come up.
I wanted to ask you, does she own the entire house or is it like a half?
No, owns the entire house. I don't know what
big. It's this big, 4,300 square feet.
That's huge.
Okay.
It's a 3.5. I think the last time, whenever we comped it out, it was I think we comped it out at a 2.5 with 2.5 restrooms.
Okay. What are you getting? Like mid sixes on an Airbnb?
That's what I'm getting. I want to see if you got the same thing.
Okay. And then what do you want to do with it? Wholesale it?
Oh, big time. Yeah, hell yeah. Make a fat check.
Does she owe on it?
No.
Okay. Let's see what we can come up with. It's going a little slow. I feel like you showed me this too a couple months back.
Yeah, whenever Jerry first talked to her, she really wasn't interested, but told Jerry to call a month later. But I called her that same day, and just got the story, and it was that story. Husband passed away a couple years ago, but she wants to move out. But she's not ready to move out. There's a lot of stuff in there, just personal stuff, not like a hoarding issue or anything like that. Walls look great. Ceiling on everything looks great. Maybe the bathrooms can be updated. To me, it does not look like it needs a huge rehab at all. It's really livable. So it's turnkey. The thing that I would change though, and I'm not a contractor, I would change the entire upstairs carpet and the master bedroom carpet. Actually,
Okay.
I have my notes. I took my notebook. And then there's it's one of those houses where it has like a little outside thing, like in the middle of the house. So I would change that tile that's on the outside. The ducts need cleaning because she says she's never cleaned them, but that's nothing. And then she does have a hole in the ceiling in the inside of the house, but she says she was about to fix it this week.
What does she want to sell it for?
Close to market value, like 600 something. But me going in person, explaining the numbers to her, she might either agree to it makes sense. I'll take a cash offer, or if we can bring a creative offer at the same time, she might take one of those two.
Is it this nice or no?
Is it that nice? No.
We're asking $5 for this. It's been on for 41 days. It is half the size, so I think you are probably somewhere around 6 to 640 ARV. I'm just not seeing too much that high, but there's also not a whole lot of nice stuff either. Here's a 605. Still, again, quite a bit smaller. Is it like this?
Yeah,
This nice?
Kind of looks like that. Yeah, so it has carpet on the upstairs, but needs to be changed. Yeah, it actually kind of looks like that. The cabinets, I mean, they were from IKEA, but I mean, they look great to me. They didn't look like they.
Play 6 to be safe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because it's probably going to be a wholesale. But if you went 6 times 0.8, it takes you to 480. Then how much you work, dollar wise?
So we're just talking about carpet on the upstairs of what, like 2,000 square feet or less, maybe like 1,500 square feet.
So maybe like 20 all in.
Yeah, a little bit of tile work on the outside porch, which is tiny. That's about it. The AC units on the outside there's 3 units, which is crazy. But they look brand spanking new, and it has a generator.
I try and get her at like 450, then 440, 450.
Right. Yeah.
You have a strong arm too, because if she's like, I really wanted 500, you show her like, all right, you'd have to put it on the market. That's 30,000 right there in commission.
Yeah.
So crunch that gap by playing like, you'd have to list it to get that price, and that's going to be a lot of money, tens of thousands.
And then if you're not now with the new real estate agent laws, if you're not paying the other agent, now a lot of agents are not going to show your house. If you are paying the other agent, now you're paying 6%. So it's going to cost a lot.
Yeah, I would fight her on that, and then if she's not willing to like budge at all, then swing into like the listing program.
You know what's crazy? She actually was a real estate agent for 30 years, which surprises me why she wouldn't just have a friend. Well, it doesn't surprise me because she does have a lot of stuff in the house, like her room, the upstairs, the office that was her husband's is like a bunch of paperwork everywhere. So I guess that's why she just doesn't want to get it ready for market.
Yeah. Okay. Let me know what she says to that. That could be good.
Yeah, dude, that would be the highest one I would get on the contract on cash.
That does also make it tricky though, because it's a lot of money.
I know it's gonna be harder to find a buyer. But I have like 200 plus buyers in Houston.
All right, that's pretty good then.
There's no seller finance option on this one, is there?
You could. I mean, you can give her whatever she's looking for. 8-year balloon.
What would be the monthly payments on this? Do you want to run it?
What do you think it would run for?
Probably just go with Zillow's estimate. It's been pretty accurate.
I would just start with like cash, then see if she'd be down for creative. Just run it how we always do: cash, then creative, then listing. If she's open with the creative, I would start with like her mortgage payment. Get all the mortgage info first. It's saying 27, so you're probably somewhere closer to like 16 before a mortgage payment.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know. What do you think the insurance will be on this house?
I have no idea.
Closer to 250?
I don't know. Down here in Florida, insurance is through the roof. I don't know what it's like in Houston.
About the same.
Probably 2 something a month.
Yeah, like 250 just to be safe.
If it's like Florida, like dude, I think I pay like $3-4 grand a year for insurance. So what does that break out to?
You guys' insurance is expensive, but my taxes alone for this damn house is $9K almost. But my insurance is like almost 2.
You're probably around 16, John, for a payment. If you wrapped it, then you're probably closer to like 18 for a payment, maybe $2 grand before you pay her mortgage.
Yeah, because she did say that she might have to stay there for a couple more months, like a lease back option.
Yeah, you could do that. You could picture too, hey, if we can get the deal done at the 450, we could close it, get you maybe 50 grand to move, and then once you move out, you get the rest of the money. I've done deals like that.
Wait, so 400,000 of that would be left in escrow?
Yeah, so the title company will hold it until she moves out. So like, hey, we'll close the deal out. We'll get you a chunk of money. That way you can move. And then once you follow through with your word and you end up moving out within X amount of time, then the rest of the funds are released to you.
Okay, that's going to be an additional terms on the contract, correct?
Yeah. Yep. I've done that. I've only done that once, and it did go a little south. The people took a little longer to move out, and they beat the house up. Yeah,
she's an old lady, dude. She's so sweet. We literally were talking outside for like almost an hour after we were done looking at the house. Just made her laugh and giggle. She was a cool lady.
You might, yeah, man. You get that charm, so you might be able to get her and lock it up.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm a butter her buns, and then I'm gonna try to get that.
All right.
Never mind.
Let me know how that plays out.
I got you.
All righty. Nick, man, what's the story? You got 30? You're muted. Still can't talk. Still on the phone. All right, I'm curious about that deal. All right, Rick, we're up to you. Are you with us? Might have stepped away. All right. iPhone Ridgeview Road. Just says iPhone. I don't know who that is.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
What's happening? Who's this? What's your name?
John.
What's up, John? What's the story on this one?
So actually, I called about this property last week. It's actually, it doesn't say it's actually a short sale, but it doesn't say a short sale on the listing itself.
Mm-hmm.
It does need a little bit of work, but I think it's I think it could be a good property.
All right, it just clicked. I remember you now. It's been a while.
The short sale in the bottom, the detail number.
Yeah. Okay. Have you tried them yet or no?
Yeah, I called the guy. The guy's name is Ameem. He's actually open to short sales and stuff like that, subject twos and whatnot.
Okay.
But I actually asked him, what the property was owed for, like arrears and stuff like that. He was telling me the property owner owes like $40,000 in arrears, which I didn't make sense to me because it's listed for 135. So I mean, I'm not sure how I could own like 40% of the property in arrears. It seems kind of crazy.
You want me to just maybe go cold on it?
Yeah, I mean, you go cold on it. I think, like I said, he actually does a lot of like probates and stuff like that, and he's actually open to subject to, because he's a pretty cool guy.
Okay. Maybe I just go in as your partner then, if that's cool.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Let's give it a shot.
You have reached the Boy Scout box sales department.
Try him again. He just texted me. He said, "Sorry, I can't talk right now." I'll try him. This is third call. I'll try him one more time. Yeah, I'd have to like feel him out, try and get a little more info.
I knew I had to change something. Hello?
Hey man, sorry for blowing you up, man. People just say my number comes up as spam. You're in contact with my partner about the house on Ridgeview Drive.
Yeah, I'm in a meeting right now. Can I call you back?
Yeah, for sure. All right, thanks. All right, I'll look out for that. So what? Give me a little more insight though. So he's saying they owe less than what is owed, or what they're asking.
Well, no, the guy told me that the owner, he was telling me that I asked him for like to give me all the numbers for it, and he was saying that the guy owed like $40,000 in arrears, which doesn't make any sense with it, because I mean they're only asking 135, so how could it be $40,000 in arrears? I mean that's like missing like 15 years worth of payments.
Yeah, I follow you. When he said arrears, so like that could constitute as like multiple things. So that could be like the back payments on the mortgage, but that could be like any other liens or judgments or stuff like that too. So that might be what's going on here.
Or another loan, another HELOC or a refinance or something like that. They could have done a second time.
Well, yeah, the guy, the realtor told me that they have a couple cash offers on the table. He didn't give me the exact numbers on them, but I think, like I said, you do a short sale, say the guy's credit and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. We could I'll look out for the call back. Hopefully he calls us back.
All right, thanks so much.
But I see where you're coming from. I think there is more to it. All righty. Mike, what's up with this one? It's a big house.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. All right. Talked to the dude and the chick. They got a dude who wanted to buy it at like 1.4, and he wanted to blow out the kitchen, do an add-on, and then he backed out of it, and then they dropped it down to 1.2. It's 100 and I think 150K. Yeah, drop, bro. So they do have a mortgage on it. They have about 80. So the math I did on it, I got their numbers. They have like 119. Oh no, sorry, 11.9. They have about 80,000 in equity, maybe. Because the mortgage on it.
Wait, yeah, what's the balance on the mortgage?
All right, here we go. We got a 905 mortgage, a 5,400 payment, and it's at 5.81.
Okay.
And then so I just did like, what do you? And then so they have. All right, and then they also have some other little stuff on it, but I think they're motivated to sell.
What do you want to do? Like try and get it on Creative Finance?
So I ran the comps, and yeah, I mean that's what I was going to pitch them. Cash offer.
I'll say this though. The only thing that's kind of sketchy about doing a deal like this.
Yeah.
And I don't know like your situation, but one, you're gonna have to rent this for like at least $6,000, maybe a little bit more.
Right, 6,900-ish.
And
That's
so,
what I
like,
budgeted for.
one, it's gonna take more time to find a tenant. But then two, if this home ever goes vacant, you're the one that's got to keep making those payments. So 2 months now, you're 10 G's in the hole. 4 months to rent it, you're 40 grand in the hole. So it's kind of like, is it worth taking that gamble? Now, obviously, you're building some equity. I mean, at 5%, not a whole lot, but I don't know. Personally, I would be a little like, I don't know, it's too risky because you're making $1,000 a month. So okay, it goes 5 months, great. I mean, whatever. They're going to move out at some point. They're not going to rent these homes forever. Right. And so when they do, okay, 4 months, now boom, 40 grand lost, and that's more than you made in the cash flow.
Right.
So like, this is pretty risky. The play on this, my advice on this would be to put it together on a Creative Finance deal, but then assign the Creative Finance and wholesale it to an end buyer, a retail person, somebody that wants to live in it, and then just take a fee. And you could slide a first right of refusal clause, and all that means is if they defaulted, so we wholesaled the Creative Finance deal to them. If they ever defaulted or they stop making the payments or whatever, then we have the option to take that deal back, and then we could just assign it again, sell it. It's back in our possession if we want it back.
Yeah,
that would be the safe thing to do on this one.
So like the rights of first refusal clause.
Yeah, I would lock it up on Creative and try and wholesale it to a retail buyer, but it's still.
I mean, that's what I want to do. I want to get it sold, bro. So I ran the comps, and like for that square footage and that bedroom bathroom for that area, I mean, they got some selling for like 1.8. I know that's really hopeful, but so I'll tell you the cons. So the listing median price is only like 879.9, so it's above that. But that's why I would probably cash offer them around 879.
Yeah, they're just trying to get out of this with their hands clean. They bought it in 22 for 1.1. They listed it in June. Right. They took it down. Now it's back up. So like they're pushing max market value, just trying to get out.
Yeah, I know. And the dude that offered buy it, he's overseas, and then he bailed on it because he was going to do an add-on. and it's an unfinished basement, you can still finish that basement and relist it. I think they're underlisting it. I think the people would buy that. The dude offered because they want that thing finished. They don't want to buy a basement at that point. You know what I mean? An unfinished basement. So if they're spending that much, they want it done, all done. And so what I was thinking is getting it, finishing that basement, and then working on that, bro. So I got David calling me right now. Dave from the other deal.
All right, take that.
Yeah.
What's
up, Dave?
Come back to it.
Yeah. How about I am gonna call you. Let's call you in a minute. I'm in the middle of a phone call. I'm gonna call you in like 15. Sound good? Thanks, Dave. All right, dude. So we can even call Dave that because the guy on this house right here, the one you're on right now, that is Peter. His name is Peter, and his wife is Kathy. They're motivated to dump that thing, and they got a pressing mortgage, and I did it $6,900. I know it sounds like a lot. I could probably cover it for a little bit, but I can definitely cover it if I get a flip, fix and flip, and I finish that basement. You know, and relist it for, I was thinking 1.6, 1.8, because that's where those comps are selling at. If you look at the solds in the area, that's where it's at, and they definitely have retail buyers. I mean, they're just not going to buy. They're not going to spend that much on an unfinished basement. You know.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I think if you finish the basement, you're still not going to add enough equity to make sense of this deal.
So that was my thing. My cash offer, I want to shoot them like an 879 cash offer.
They're not going to take that though, because then they got to
cover the.
Yeah, they ain't going to do that.
They only have 80 equity.
Yeah.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
So there's probably no play on that.
The whole deal is just like a swing. My advice would be just to pass on it, to be honest.
That 150 price cut, like if someone takes 150 off like that,
you got like such a great deal, but we're at too high of a price point on a single to make money on it. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'll tell you
the situation's perfect. If this was a $500,000 house with this situation, it'd be gold. But to do something at this scale,
yeah, they're gonna have to bite the bullet.
I wish this thing was in Florida.
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah,
but man, yeah,
they're motivated to dump. So, but yeah, you're right, bro. It's too high too because my median 879. That's pretty much the top I would go because that's where they're dumping at. You know, they dump at that. So, but dude, do you want to call Dave and lock that up?
Yeah, let's see if we can lock that deal up. You want to read off his number?
I got you. All right, so we got 603.
Yep.
305 50 23.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, how's it going, Dave?
How you doing?
Doing good. So, you free now to kind of discuss what we could do on this?
I am wide open right now, yes.
All right, sweet. So, let me just grab my notes. Hold on 1 second. What was the purchase again on this, Mike?
Dude, I wanted to do a 320 and then we seller finance 30 purchase.
No, he owes how much though?
Oh, he owes 165. You said he owes 165, and
you're gonna get the hard money loan. So if it's a 320 purchase times point,
yeah, and we can even, dude. I don't care who we use for the hard money. So the bigger, the more.
It's gonna be 290 down on. You'll be in with nothing.
Well, I mean, like,
all right, if come back.
Yeah, not a problem.
All right. Do you have a pen and paper? I'll kind of give you my ideas here.
Yeah, I've got a pen and paper, yes.
All righty. So we'd be looking at the 320 as a purchase price on this.
Okay, 320. Okay, yeah.
We would give you 290,000 today.
Yep.
And then just the remaining balance once we're done with the project and we sell it.
Okay, yep.
And that's really it.
Oh, that's really it, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it was. I was staring at the thing. One of the things that we were talking about the listing that they listed the people that were.
not so sure what the hell they were trying to do, but they suddenly decided to list it for $329 without letting us know that they were trying to list it and wholesale it at $329.
You got a wholesaler?
Originally we had an original agreement of $450 with them, and it's like, why are they trying to do this? And then they just disappeared.
Wholesalers are shady. Some of them are good, but most of them are bad news.
Yeah. Bad news was not the word. What they pulled, the stunt they pulled pissed me off royally at this point. So, nothing against you guys. I mean, you and me talking with Mike, and we trying to work a budget on this thing together and all of that. So, so basically $290 right now, and then $320 when we complete it, which is 30,000 or so. So, and then we kind of go from there. What are you guys thinking for a budget on this thing? With the 210,000 or so that me and Mike were working on.
That's what I'm thinking. Yep.
Yeah, and depending on how and that could go up. That could go up a little bit depending on how to finish the interior, how to do the final finishes on this. Of course, I'm continuing to literally do work on this thing because why not? Yeah. I'm just sitting here, and so I've been hanging some of the stuff that needed to get done, and so I'm trying to get the stuff, the materials here. Might as well try to get as much of it done as we can, make it easier on everybody else. But I'd love to have right now is a couple hundred pieces of damn siding here. We could probably sided the entire house and had it done. The exterior at least finished because it's really that close. The only question marks is changing one window to a bigger window, which we think we probably needed to do, which is another $300 and something. And then the other would be maybe the possibility of changing the second window and putting a bigger window in one location and moving that.
Mike, are we ready for contract on this?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready. Bro, look, I want to hook up some finder on this if you want.
Putting a new moving.
Yeah, all right. Let's see if we can lock them up.
And letting more light in through it's literally a plate glass window, basically, that lets light in. Those were the only really two potential changes that I was looking at here going, it'd be nice to do them. It would look. It makes sense to do them.
Definitely. Yeah, we'll probably do all that. Where would you say you're at? Are we ready to get something on paper?
Look, now that the old Camaro just drove away, I can hear you. What would you say?
So, where's kind of your head on that? Are we ready to get something on paper? Get an agreement going?
I have to talk to I had a conference with my mother and my sister over this on that.
Okay.
Last night I just need to call them back. That's all I got to do now.
Yeah, I'd say there's no rush. I mean, if you want to speak to them and then, just let us know. And if you guys are good for that, we'll get going right away.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan at this point. I think we're probably there. I just gotta talk to her right now.
Yeah, definitely.
I know my mother has doctor's appointments today, so my sister was driving. My sister was playing quote unquote the chauffeur.
Okay, that's always nice.
So how are you doing down there? Okay.
Yeah, doing good. It's hot down here. We're almost in
it's always hot in Florida, but that's besides the point. The biggest thing you got to worry about is quote unquote the swirly winds.
Yeah, for real.
I haven't paid attention. Is there anything brewing down there right now, or is the tropics actually quiet for a change?
It's been pretty quiet. Had a couple storms maybe like a month or two ago, but nothing nuts.
Nothing. Yeah, I've seen crazy. We have that one house down in Florida that back all those years ago that.
Let him go. I'll get a little extra in there.
It'd be good to. You think Matt would want to jump on this?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, you should hit him up. Yeah,
let's send him.
He might be interested in that.
Yeah, if we work out a bigger down payment and hook him up. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Well, that house, we tested our hurricane preparedness on that house. 3 times last year.
The better they make the better terms, bro. I want to hook Matt up if he's in network. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, hit him up, Matt H, and he'll pop up in the Discord.
Obviously, the house is decently built because it's still here.
Oh yeah, yeah. You probably are. You know the Seminole Indians, right?
Oh, I sure do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's what got us safe. But all right, let's yeah, speak to your sister, Dave, and then do you want us to give you a ring tomorrow? Is that good for you?
Yeah, give me a call tomorrow. I've got a doctor's appointment at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning because I'm going to have some surgery, which I'm just not looking forward to having. But this is just the third part of, or is it the fourth? Fourth part of the knee surgery. They now have to get the plates and screws out so that they can take it apart in 6 months from now and give me a new knee.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with that.
And that was all compliments of, oh yeah, this house.
Yeah.
I was on the scaffolding last December 1st and it collapsed.
I've had that happen too. It's a scary thing.
Believe me, when it started to collapse, I'm going. The first thing is, I just going through my mind is, oh shit, I'm done.
Yeah.
and then it stopped, and then it just dropped. I'm like going, great. And then I hit the ground and stuck the landing because I landed standing up. Which in most cases isn't a bad thing, but the problem is when you're 18 feet in the air and land standing up, it's not so good.
Yeah, that is scary.
Yeah. I thought I was finished. When that damn thing went, I was sitting. I thought it was all over. I said, listen, I think I'm literally laying on the floor or on the ground. And if it hadn't have rained the day before and been a little muddy, that probably helped me at this point in time. But I broke both legs and 3 vertebrae, and which did not help. And I was looking at this and going, and I was sitting there thinking about this, and going, and I'm laying on the ground catching my breath because it knocked all the air out of me. And I'm just laying there going, I'm just sitting there going, I didn't lose consciousness. I'm on the ground. My leg hurt, but it feels like I sprained it. My knee hurts. I feel like I wrenched it. I said, wow, I've been really lucky, and I need to get in the car and go buy a damn lottery ticket right now. I mean, I literally was thinking, I need to go buy a lottery ticket. And then I tried to get up a little bit, sat for 45 minutes, and then sat in the chair for 45 minutes, and then decided, I guess we'll call an ambulance and get them here and peel me up off of. I was in a lawn in a camping chair that I had. My friend John was over. He was helping when it collapsed, and I said, "Bring the chair out so I can sit in it for a while and let everything settle down for a little bit." And I got up and sat in it, without putting any weight on my feet, my legs or my feet, and just using upper body. And I'm like going. And then when I tried to get up, I'm like, no, it hurts too much. No, it hurts too much. No, it hurts too much. No, okay, yeah, okay. Now we're gonna call the ambulance, and we're gonna go non-emergency, please. Just I need a ride to the hospital. I need some X-rays. I was the shock. I think the shock was breaking the 3 vertebrae. L2, L4, L2, L3, and L5. L2 and L3, I broke the fins. That's where your muscles attached to your spinal column. So it's the fins broke, so they're going to fit fine. Whereas the L5, it was the interesting one because that one I split right in half. That one could have paralyzed me.
You got to go get that lottery ticket.
The what?
You got to go get a lottery ticket. I don't know what you're waiting for.
6 months, 8 months. I split that one right in half, and I think the only thing to say, I think the saving grace was the fact that I landed on my leg, on my feet, because it split it in half, and instead of it blowing out to the side or something like that and taking a spinal column with him or something like that, because I landed, it was a compression fracture, it kept it from being really bad. So I guess I count my lucky stars on that one, because wow, I was not expecting that. Now I do have. I mean, the 320. Now, is there any chance to do anything else as like into a partnership or something to get this done? Because of course I could be sitting here working on this house too.
Yeah, we try and just stay away from that, just because we have our set contractors and just our flow down. But yeah, we'll do the 320, the 290 today, and then the remaining 30 on the back end.
You got it. We can figure that out, and we'll go from there. I will call my sister in a little bit. Hopefully, she'll call me back after doctor's appointments for mom, and we'll go from there.
That sounds good. I appreciate you, Dave. We'll talk tomorrow then.
In a little bit.
All right. I'll see you.
All right.
Bye.
Yep. Bye.
All right.
I always like that guy when you always talk to him. He's like chill, like Bartholomew. He's like,
Yeah, he's a nice guy. All right, let's keep rolling, Nick. I think you definitely got that.
All right, yeah. So,
100%.
all I really said was like, hey, Matt, Eric and I talked about putting you on this deal. We locked up big down payment potential, fast turnaround, decent profit margin. We like what you presented in the group, and would love to start this investment journey off to a sweet start. Let us know when you can discuss it.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, that's my first message to him. So,
Yeah, that's perfect.
awesome. All right, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Congrats on that. We got him. We definitely got him.
We got this, bro.
All right.
For sure.
Eddie, are you with us? I'm a little confused on your message. I don't know if you're just stating that or you need help on that. Is Eddie here?
You're looking for me, man?
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
What are we talking about?
You said oh, maybe you're just talking, my bad. You're just talking to somebody. Right?
Oh yeah. I was just offering help out there for people that were in PA. If they wanted me to put an offer behind theirs to an agent below their price to help secure their, I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Secure their. Yeah. That's
all right.
That
Yeah,
was just how.
Appreciate that. That's awesome.
Yeah. No problem.
All righty. Let's see. We're up to Joseph. We got this one. We got to do a follow-up on this. So we got him the email. If you just want to read off the number, I'll give him a call.
Sure, yeah. It's let's see, 801-783-0608.
What was the guy's name again?
Roscoe Lance. And he was open to seller finance, and we were seeing if he could seller finance his equity.
He was like a little iffy because there was it's all new to him. So let's I'll really try and get him on board.
Okay.
Hey Roscoe, it's Eric. We spoke the other day about the house on Main Street.
Yeah.
Hey.
Remind me. Sorry, I've talked to a lot of people.
Yeah, I was I had sent you the email about us doing maybe a little bit of seller finance at the full ask, or paying you a little more than what you were asking.
Oh, okay. I remember the conversation. I never got an email actually.
Maybe I went to the wrong place. Let me let's do this. Let me take down your email again, and I could resend that to you. That was just like outlining like all the details and just kind of like what that would look like for you.
Yeah.
I could resend it though.
Yeah, let's verify. What do you have my email address as?
Let me pull it up. Let me see what I have.
Okay.
Can you put that in the chat real quick, Joseph? Joseph, you here?
who just in Discord. Let me check. I have his address on it. Give me a sec. I don't have the email for him. That's a problem. Because he just texted me.
You got it. I got it.
Okay.
It was Roscoe, so just ROSCO Lance LANCE at Gmail.
No.
No, we got that wrong.
Yeah, no, that's not quite correct. It's Roscoe OE Lance. So ROSCOOELANCE at gmail.com. And there's 2 O's.
Okay, so Roscoe OE Lance at Gmail.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me I'll resend that to you, and then just look that over. And if you have any questions, you can call me back. And if not, I could reach out to you in the next couple days.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'll take a look. I just didn't receive it, so.
Yeah. No worries. All right. I'll get that over to you right now.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
I don't know where we went wrong, but that's all right. Not a big deal. Let's just reshoot that to him, and then the next Zoom we'll do a follow up.
Okay, I did write down on there I was gonna open it up to 6 years, 289, and then I did hear back from the other realtor, Russ Big Knight. He got the email and he was, I think, going to talk to the seller about it, but I have not heard back anything, so I'm just kind of being patient.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Just sit tight on that.
Okay.
Alrighty. What's today? Thursday. We'll give them a little time to breathe. So just bring this up on our next meeting, and I'll reach out to them again. We'll do a follow up them.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure. Alrighty. Nick, we're up to you. Pocono Drive, East Stroudsburg. You still with us, Nick? Is Nick still here? He is.
Me?
The other Nick.
Oh god, I was like, what?
He might have stepped away though.
Yeah, I think he ran away.
What's the story, man?
So you remember that fucking deal I was working on forever? Like trying to fucking get it myself and stuff like that?
The commercial building?
Yeah. So eventually we were like, okay, we'll go to the fucking building inspector, ask him a couple questions, and he was like, no, you can't do this and you can't do that, and we're like, all right, fuck this. So I found somebody out of Las Vegas, and they were like, oh, well, what'd you get it for? And I was like, $355, but it'll go for, around $4. And he's like, well, I can do this. And I'm like, cool, that works. $50K in our pocket, no more headache.
It's easy money, right? And what, 30s going to you?
Yeah.
Nice, man. Dude, that was a long time that you brought. That's months of follow-up.
Yeah.
Literally. That had to have been, what, 6 to 8 months ago?
When we start that process? Yeah. February.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Congrats on that. That's a lot of money. And,
Perseverance.
That's what's up, man. Congrats on that one. That's huge.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go back to mute because he's gonna start fucking messing with this engine. And it's gonna get loud.
All right, man. Good stuff. Melody, we're back to you.
This is not in PA, but Adam actually sent me this and just wanted you to look at it. The ARV I'm comping it, I think it's gonna be 170. So I don't know if this isn't even a good area.
Pinellas Park is good.
I know it's in our market, so I just sent it for her. But I'm trying to get her a deal. I really don't care for it that much. I just sent her the last 2.
Huh?
So I sent her like the PA one in Florida. I'm trying to get her a deal, so I'm like working with her, kind of trying to help her
all
out.
right. Nice, cool. I think Mike Brown had a deal a while back in this little. Maybe not in here. I think these are condos though, right?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. There's just a bunch of them in that one little area.
Yeah, fixer upper. Okay.
I didn't comp it ARV. or anything like that. So I was just
I'll
gonna,
comp it out. Terrell would be the expert over here. This is
Yeah, I
Terrell.
know.
Terrell probably lives like 10 minutes from this house.
that's his like territory right there.
Yeah, it's his stomping grounds. But let's comp it out. Let's see what we can come up with. Oh, it's going so slow. Millie, have you been on Terrell Zooms at all?
Yeah, I was on there yesterday for my first time.
Nice, cool. Yeah, he's awesome, and it's smaller too, as you saw. So you can look
Yeah.
at deals and whatnot. Alrighty, let's see what we can come up with. Oh, it's going so slow. Do you remember the square footage? I think it was under 15, right?
Yeah, it's 902.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're going to be like high ones on this.
Yeah, I was looking in the area and I think I saw like 170 ish.
This one's a little bit bigger for 185.
That other PA one that you comped, I found that thing, right? Like with her like maybe like 2 hours ago, right? And I thought myself that thing was like 240, 250 ARV, and you were up in the threes. I was like, okay. It's like I was off on that one by a lot.
I see how you were there, though.
Yeah. That one was a hard comp. That one was a hard comp.
That was. This one
But
wants
I
one.
thought like the number for wholesale was like 120, 130. Like me personally, I want to see what your number was.
Yeah, that was right on. 130. 130, 140. Are you saying for this one?
No, for a PA one.
Yeah, 130, 140. You're on the money with that.
Sometimes those comps can be tricky, so I'm getting better with those.
I would love to get Terrell's opinion, but yeah, I think you're.
Let me call him up.
Nah, you don't gotta bother him.
I can ask. He has a Zoom tomorrow. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll comp it out with you. He looks at a lot of stuff over here, but I think let me just look at the photos on this one. I think what you're thinking is right. Yeah, here's the flip right here. It's also a little bit bigger. They're asking 188. It's been on for 164 days, so they're priced pretty high. The outside is, in my opinion, kind of ugly between that blue and the red roof. I think they could have did a better job, and the yard's dead. Let's see what else is going on over here. Here's another 180 for sale. Same size. What was our bed count on this? One bed as well. Yeah, you might be around maybe a little bit lower. This one looks pretty decent. Outside looks good. Nice tile on the inside. Oh, yeah, here you go. Here's a flip. Really nice, too. What it is, they did a good job. Yeah. Yeah, this is a flip. They're asking 180 for this. Same size. It's been on 147 days, so they're overpriced. I'm like now 160 would probably actually get it done, but somebody might agree with the 170, maybe somebody definitely agreed with the 180 because they went in the deal, but I don't think they'll get that. If you went 165 on this times 0.7 takes us to 115, and then take out, let's see, everything's so expensive here. Say you did 40 inside. Takes you to the 75, exactly what they're asking. Yeah, you might actually have something here. I would you want me to just call them up?
Yes, please, if you could. If you have time. I know it's over 5.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see.
I have a good eye, Eric.
You do, man. You do. And you're really good with the numbers too.
Yup. I'm waiting for Bartholomew. I want that one. I'm waiting for that one. Joey's gonna be starting up again next week, so we're gonna be pulling our list again. First, we're gonna go through over the 2 lists that we have more time, and then I'll buy up more data.
You'll be renting to a courthouse, which will be funny.
Yeah, come on. If anyone changes real estate trying to screw me, hell, I would judge you in my rent space.
Yeah, you got to judge as a tenant.
I would judge in my back pocket.
Your call has been forwarded.
Not picking up. We'll try one more time. This is definitely something, though. You have a real good shot at making money on this one.
That one, I looked at it, and I just, by looking at it, I already knew it was good. I knew that one was going to be something hot.
Your call has been.
That's 3 on them. Melanie, what I would say on this is I'd offer them 65,000 cash.
Okay.
But if you call them and they're like, we have a ton of interest, we got full price offers, then just offer full ask, and you still got a good shot at making money on it.
Eric, let me skip it and then give you all the data for it. Or you skip it.
I would just stick to trying to call Jeff. Most of these guys just don't pick up after 5.
Yeah, no.
So I would try him tomorrow. You could also text him, Melanie, if you wanted to. Just be like, hey, came across the house on Lafayette that you just listed. I'd like to make an offer. When can we speak? And you're not really saying anything crazy. You're just, hey, I'm an investor. Say you work with Terrell. You know, he'll be the guy to look at it. You know, I got boots on the ground. He's probably 10 minutes from you. He's in Pinellas Park. And if the agent says there's a lot of interest, you know, oh, this is going to go so quick. We already got offers in at full ask. Then just match them at full ask, cash deal as is, close ASAP. And if they don't say they have a ton of interest and multiple offers, then go 65 on it.
Okay. Sounds good. I will do that.
Awesome. Let's
Thank
try and
you.
lock it up. That'd be
If
awesome.
not, go full ask. And
Yeah. You could, if the interest is like heavy, like we already got somebody at full ask, then match them or beat them by $1,000. If it's like a lot of, we have 1 to 3 offers at full ask, then beat them by like $1,000.
Yep.
You could probably squeeze some money out of this.
I'll be in the call with Terrell, and I'll have him have his buyer and stuff like that. And this is all hers. I don't need anything for it.
Okay.
Would you still work with an escalation clause in that?
Probably not, because it's a little tight, the numbers. I mean, maybe an escalation up to maybe 80, but not by much.
It's not going to get it up, huh? You think it might get it up?
Yeah, 80 is kind of a swing on that too.
Yeah, it's a stretch.
I think if you get them at 65, then you're definitely going to make like 10 G's on this. If you're at 75 full ask, then 5 to 10 possibly.
Yeah, it's tight.
And then 80, maybe if you get lucky, you'll get $5,000 out of it. Yep.
Sweet. I was just wondering. Thanks.
Yeah, for sure. All right. We do got to start to wrap things up. So does anybody have any questions, I guess, before we wrap things up? Any questions on anything? Joe, you got one?
Yeah, I was just sending the email, and I think Xander spelled it out right. I just can't believe I do remember him saying a 0 or an O last week, and I just brain fogged it, and I'm reading it off again. I think it's ROSCOOELANCE@gmail. So I have the draft already. I just need to get ready to send it. So.
Yeah. Here it's in the chat too.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully we could do something there. That would be cool. Alrighty. Anybody else, I guess, have any other questions?
I had a question real quick, Eric. I dropped an address in the chat there. It's in East Stroudsburg, or I don't remember exactly what it is. I'm not got my notes, but anyways, it's a subject to deal. The agents, the seller's down with it. They want $20,000 for, like, they basically want 165 and they owe 145. I don't know what the renter market is over there, but do you think that's something we could wrap?
20 is going to be too tight. We'd have to get them at like 10, and most 15, but 15 like out of pocket, still going to kind of be a swing. So what you could do, so I would try that first. Be like, hey, we can only get the seller 10 in their pocket. If they say no, I would do this. 10,000 in their pocket, really try and hold firm. If you absolutely cannot get them to agree to that, then give them see if they would do the 20, but 10 up front and then the remaining 10 on payments. So they would be seller financing that additional $10,000. Do you follow me with that?
Yeah. And I think the seller would do it because they need to get out from under it. They're in a sticky situation, but I think the real estate agent's being really tight on the commission. That's why she's holding her guns at 165. I think I could probably walk away with just covering the commissions. Before I went in and negotiated, I'm coming after the first conversation. I haven't really came back at her with anything yet.
If you come and keep this for those of you guys that are looking like in the Poconos, if you guys can find some stuff or like don't go out of your way and look for this, but if you guys come across anything with more than 2 acres on it, let me know because I'm trying to buy something with some land up there too. And then I guess a house that's like at minimum 2,000 square feet, ideally something bigger though.
Got it.
And then
So,
I'd pay you guys a fee on it if you come across something like that. Just keep that in mind.
Okay. So try to be around 10 to the seller, and the commission comes out of the seller's 10, and take it over sub 2 and see if we can wrap it.
Yeah, ideally. And if they say no to that, then all right, fine, we'll give you the 20, but I can only do 10 up front and the rest of the remaining 10 on payments. You follow me with all that?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Let me throw, this is good for everybody to hear too. This is kind of like a negotiation strategy. So when a property is listed with an agent and the money is tight, like, okay, we give the seller 10, but they got to pay commission in closing. So it really only leaves the seller with a couple bucks. What you could do to try and get, the sticking point is the seller is not getting enough money in their pocket. So what you could do is ask the real estate agent to take a haircut on the commission. That way the seller can make more money or pocket more money. Do you follow me with that?
Yep.
So that's the other thing. Like, hey, we're doing a lot of deals over here. Would you take a haircut on this one so the seller can walk away with more money and we can get this done? And then I'll give you a couple of, we're doing deals with agents a lot. So like that listing agent, the future business is really going to be like, hey, you can represent me on other deals that I got. And you can give them plenty. You can give them multiple things to represent you on each week. So you truly are hooking them up with future business.
Yeah, I called to make a cash offer on a different property and asked her if she had anything else, and she brought me this, and we started talking subject too. So it all worked out.
Yeah, you're close on that one. Let me know how that plays out. Keep me posted on that.
Will do. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey Eric, I have one question. Can you call Kimberly that one by any chance possible?
Yeah, I could do that real quick.
She's tough. She's one of those.
She just wants to speak to you. Why are you afraid to speak to her?
Bro, she's like, okay, she's always so weird on the emails.
No, dude, she's so nice. What are you talking about?
No.
She's a nice lady.
Yeah, but she's like wants everything done by the code 100%, and it gets annoying a little bit. And I know we can't even do the 140. There's no way. I even told her that on email.
Let's try her. You don't have to do anything. Like, you've been doing this a while, Adam.
Yeah, I know.
You definitely could do it. We just got to stay firm. I'm not
the other investors are like lower. It doesn't matter. Like, she wants to try push it, and it's not gonna happen.
I'm just gonna tell her like, hey, we can't budge on that price. And that's it. We'll just leave it at that. I'm trying her, though. We'll see if we can get her. If not, Adam, if she doesn't pick up on the third one, well, you could text her, too, I was going to say, if you don't want to get into a long convo.
True.
Jerry, are you here? Jerry Perez.
Yeah, I'm here.
First change, just put the full property address on that top line.
I'll just text her, call her in a second.
And everything else, Cherry, looks good on that. I think that wording's a pretty strong finesse. I think that's pretty good.
Do all three of us have to sign it though? The buyer, me, and Adrian?
Yeah, so get Adrian to sign it first, and then you and the buyer sign it. And then if you can get that signed tonight, let me know when you do that, when you send it to Adrian, and then I'll shoot him a text that is sent. And then first thing in the morning, we got to get that to the title company and ask them when we can close it. And hopefully we can close it like in the afternoon tomorrow.
Okay. And then I guess I'll just have, there's no way of just sending it to Adrian first and then the buyer, since it's going to be on Google Docs, or sorry, DocuSign.
You can, when you upload that into DocuSign, you could select, there's some option that says set signing order. But like if you don't see that, it really doesn't matter.
All right. I'll look out for it regardless.
You should see it though. Like when you're filling out their info, it's like a checkbox, I think, right above the names when you enter the names in the email.
Okay, thank you.
For sure. Let's get this thing done. Closed. Alrighty. All right, we'll wrap it up with that. You guys got Zoom with Terrell tomorrow, and then I'll be back with you guys next week.
Yo, Eric. You want to shoot Matt that I sent him a message, but it'd probably be good if you want to like send him something to fill him in.
Who?
Matt H.
Yeah, I'll shoot him a text.
Because I mean, do you think it's good to? I mean, dude, I like what he presented in the meeting the other week. You know what I mean? So I figured, you know, this one's got some meat on it. You know what I mean? So especially, man, I figured just work at network. You know, I feel like he was offering up a pretty solid deal.
Text and email. All right, I just shot him a text, and you shot him a DM.
Yeah, I got him on Discord.
You might if you don't hear from him like today, then it might have went to like friend request, or I'm sorry, message request, and then he didn't see it. So you could always, if you don't hear from him, ping him in the general chat and be like, hey, I shot you a DM, I need lending, and he'll get back to you.
Sweet. I think I have his number too, so I might hit his phone.
Yeah, you could do that too. All right,
man. Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, guys.
Later.
We'll try and hop on Terrell's tomorrow. Enjoy the weekend, and I'll be back with you guys next week.
Thank you, Eric.
Hey, take care, everyone.
Joe,
Thanks.
you had something? My bad. You had something, Joe?
Or I said, thank you, Eric. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Wasn't
Have a
sure.
good rest of your day.
All right. I'll see you guys.
Like, go.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's the money in the bank.